So in an effort to not waste too much time, I'm probably going to skip some of my slides, like what is apprenticeship? We talked about that for a bit. So I'm just going to get started here and share my screen. So I'm Nicole. I'm the outreach coordinator at Alaska Works Partnership. I go out and talk to people and students and anybody who would listen about employment opportunities in the construction industry, whether that is apprenticeship, whether that is an entry-level position, anything that has to do with construction, we help train people. And so Alaska Works Partnership, we are a nonprofit workforce development organization. We are a pre-apprenticeship program, like Sheena said. We are directly connected with a registered apprenticeship program. So we help train people in all the construction trades, pretty much. So we have carpentry and framing, we have sheetrock and taping, electrical wiring, telecom, ironwork and welding, plumbing, pipe fitting, sheet metal, HVAC, equipment operating and mechanics. We also have classes with the laborers training school for their program and much more. So these are skills that can be applied in construction for jobs in oil and gas and mining and or transportation industries. We have 3 main training locations in Anchorage. We have a shop in Mountain View where we do carpentry related classes. Then we partner with the registered apprenticeship programs, and then we have training at their training center instructed by their instructors. So if people take a plumbing and pipe fitting class with us, it will be at the plumbers training center taught by their instructors. Same with electrical or telecommunications or ironwork and welding. All of those are going to be all throughout Anchorage directly at their training center. So if you're taking a class with the construction craft laborers, you'll be in Chugiak at their school. We also have a shop in Matsu. This is fairly new, about a year old, where we do, again, mostly carpentry related. So framing, sheetrock, all that. And then we partner with the operating engineers for equipment operating and mechanics classes at their shop in Palmer. And those are usually in the summer. And then we have our own shop in Fairbanks as well, by the Pipeline Training Center. We have our own shop there as well as an office. So we try to cover, as much as possible. We understand that not everybody is from here. Sometimes some regional corporations or native organizations can help their people get here. Sometimes we even have support services, unfortunately not right now. But we can help coordinate so people can come to our training center to take the classes. We have 3 main training programs, Alaska Construction Academy. Everybody qualifies for our training. There is no, disqualifying criteria there. So the Alaska Construction Academies, these are co-ed classes, and people can choose 1 or more training courses to kind of figure out what they want to do. We also run the Helmets to Hard Hats program for Alaska. We are one of the 2 states that actually provides hands-on training and case management and support for veterans who are transitioning from the military into the civilian world, or for those who are already out and are trying to find another career for themselves. And then we have the Women in the Trades program. Through this, we have women-only classes to kind of, help with their confidence and encourage them to try a career in the construction trades. The Women in the Trades classes are exactly the same as the other ones, or there's no difference between the training. The only difference is they're going to be women only, and then the other ones are co-ed. I should say here that we do train 16 and up. I know for apprenticeship, they have to be 18 in order to go to work. A lot of our training are 16 and up. There are some exceptions, but many of them are appropriate for high school students who are 16 or older. To apply for our training, just go to our website, alaskaworks.org. That's where we have all the information about everything that we do. On the training tab, you will see all of our available classes. Click one of the many buttons that says apply now, and then a new page will open, and then pick a location, pick the class, submit the application. It is a fairly lengthy application, and we need at least 2 forms of ID, driver's license, state ID, or tribal ID, and social security or birth certificate or passport. And then about 4 weeks before the class starts, we contact everybody for an interview. Now, if people come from rural areas, they usually need a little bit longer time to plan their transportation and housing and stuff like that. So everybody is welcome to call us after they apply, and we will speed up this process for them. Everybody must participate in the interview process. This is so we learn about their goals, about what they're intending to do with this training, why they want to take this classes. Our goal is to get people to work, right? So it's not necessarily our goal to help people build a cabin. It's more to help them gain employment in the construction industry. So after that, we send out selection notifications. This is important that people check their spam folder or the text message, or call us back. It's important to stay in touch with us throughout this process. We have a lot of applications, sometimes hundreds of applications for one class. So the more people stay in touch with us, the better chances that there are for them to be accepted and train with us. After that, we will send them some documents to fill out. This is just so we can send our reports to the state and know what's going on. So they have to fill out some documents, and then that's it. Attend training and learn new skills. We provide everything for the training. That means, tools, materials, everything that they need for attending the class, PPE, all that. People just need to show up and wear appropriate clothing. We do send out information to those who have been selected on what to expect, what to wear, where to go, what time to be there, all of that. So they just need to show up at 7:45 Monday morning and start their class. Our full training schedule is on our website at alaskaworks.org. You've probably seen these two kind of like our PDF training. This is an older one. It changes all the time. I try to put them all over town. You can also find them if you want to print them out for your classroom, or just to put them on a bulletin board. You can find them on our website. Under resources, we have printable training flyers. I can go on that website after this to show you kind of where they're at, but I have PDF versions of this, as well as our wage rates and application deadlines. So full training schedule, alaskaworks.org on a training page. So our training can be applied to all of these trades, probably even more, because it is basic skill, hands-on training. So you take a welding class that can be applied in like a plumbing job, or a pile driver for sure, iron workers. A lot of these trades weld. So it is a cross-industry kind of training where the skills can be applied in many different ones. You take a carpentry class, you also learn a little bit about drywall. You learn a bit how to measure things, skills that can be applied in many different construction trade jobs. After people are done with training, we can help with interview skills. That's just a little workshop to prep for the interview. We work very, very closely with the registered apprenticeship, so we know kind of what questions they're going to ask, what they're expecting their candidates to do. And then we work with our participants to tell them, what to wear, what to expect, how to behave and all that. So also we practice, so it's not so intimidating once they go and sit down in front of a panel of a few people. So we do interview skills training. We also have health and safety classes, that's CPR, first aid, CPR, AED, and OSHA 10. In Fairbanks, we also have forklift training. Then, of course, our instructors can write reference letters. This is especially important for students who just graduated or for people who have very limited experience. A letter like that will definitely help them on the resume to show that, you know, they did well in class, they listened well, you know, they're good with tools and all that. And of course, we keep in touch with our participants to remind them of application deadlines, and we assist with the application process because everybody has a different process, a different system. Some of them are online, some are on paper, so we help them out with that. Also, the deadlines change all the time, so we try to keep in touch with everybody and keep track of upcoming deadlines, as well as reminding our participants like, hey, you said you want to be a laborer. Their application deadline is coming up in March, so let's work on that. So we try to maintain a very close relationship with our participants. I think I can skip this one. What is apprenticeship, right? We talked about it on a job training, paid learning, and increased earning potential. The more you know, the more you get paid, and then you journey out and you're like expert in that field. Depending on the trade, this can take anywhere from 2 to 5 years. In the construction trades, this is based on OJT hours, so hours that people work on the field. And then, of course, they also have to do their classroom time. That is also a requirement. That's why it can take anywhere from 2 to 5 years. I know the plumbers program is 10,000 hours. That will definitely take 5 years. But sometimes if there's a lot of work, a lot of overtime, this can be a pretty quick process to journey out and be a journey level worker. Skills for apprentices, you know, like none of them are welding skills here or carpentry skills. I think for an apprentice, it is expected that they don't have all the experience. If they did, they would already be a journey worker. So kind of what the programs are looking for is more accountability, time management, right? Be on time, 10 minutes early. You know, be a team player, be able to work with everybody, not only in your field or your industry, but all the other trades that are on the job site. Because when, like Suzanne said, when you work on one of these huge jobs, it's not going to be just the laborers. You're going to have operators there. You're going to have electricians there. You're going to have all these people there that you have to work together with. So team player and coachability, this I like to say, I like to tell, especially high school students, yeah, you're going to be paired up with journey level worker, but they are not a teacher. They are a construction worker. So ask questions, ask smart questions, you know, and definitely listen to what they say. They don't have the patience and the, you know, skills and everything that the teachers do. They are construction workers first. Math, of course. Suzanne was mentioning earlier that you know, like some of their trade, like grade checking is very, very technical. The construction work is becoming more and more technical. It's not so much, you know, back-breaking work, which there is that aspect of it, but there is a lot of technology that is coming into construction. So math is important, you know, technical skills and all that, which are skills that students learn in school and throughout, you know, their youth. So apprenticeship requirements, 18 or older, high school diploma and GED and driver's license. I don't dwell too much in this because Suzanne said 18 is a federal requirement, high school diploma, of course, and then driver's license so they can go to their job site and drive the company vehicles. Clean driving record is also important for some of them, especially the driving ones. And then there are exceptions for those who live in rural areas on individual basis. And then some of them are extra requirements like Alaska residency, work keys test scores, especially for plumbers, for HVAC technicians and electricians. They need work keys test scores. Sometimes there is a minimal score. Sometimes there is just an assessment to see kind of where they're at. And high school transcripts for those that require math, such as telecom or electrical apprenticeship, and then driving record, this especially for the driving, you know, truck drivers and operators and all that. So, pay scale, this, I don't think you can see, this is like a lot of information, but you can find it on our website and download it in PDF. This changes all the time. Usually it goes up. I mean, it always goes up. Wages always go up. Right now the carpenters start about $26.63. The laborers, like Suzanne said, almost $27 an hour. Mechanics are like at $32 an hour. Truck drivers are $25 to $33 an hour. Plumbers and pipe fitters, their wages just went up to about $23 an hour here in Anchorage. In Fairbanks is a little bit higher to about 26. Electricians are about almost $27 an hour. Linemen are significantly more, about 34. So all of these are super good starting wages. Now, this is the first day on a job with limited experience, right? So right out of high school, you take some CTE classes, you take a few classes with Alaska Works, you get plugged into an apprenticeship, you go to work and make over $25 an hour as a 18, 19-year-old. I think that's pretty good. And on top of that, Suzanne explained how it works with the benefits. So this is the money they see on their check. Everything else, their training, their benefits, their medical, pension, all of that is paid by the contractor, and it goes into their funds. So this pay scale is what they see on their check. And it starts usually as a percentage of the journey level workers, and it goes up the more they know, usually about 1,000 hours or so, it goes up 10%. This math is different for each trade, but that's kind of how it works. And then the journeyman scale is just the minimum that they get paid, right? So the more training you take, if you become a crane operator, you make more. A grade checker makes more than the base wage. Then of course, if they are, you know, kind of the boss on the job site, the foreman, the superintendent, all that, they will make a lot more than their base pay. And that's it. I hope I didn't talk too fast. And then please let me know if there's any questions. This is our contact information, and this is our website right here with our training page, where you see all of the available classes. Like I mentioned, most of them are 16 and up, with some exceptions. Currently, the construction craft laborers pre-apprenticeship training is 18 and up. All of our driving ones, so equipment operating and mechanics and truck driving ones, are 18 and up. And all of our H2H, that's helmets to hard hats, those are for veterans, so they are usually 18 and up. So those are 18 plus. Most of the other ones are 16 plus. We do give priority to either students who are really, really interested in the construction and they know this is what I want, this is what I want to do, or those who are closer to graduating. We also have youth specific classes. Right now we have carpentry during spring break in Anchorage, Matsu, and Fairbanks. Well, Fairbanks is power tools, but is basically carpentry. Those are high school students only. So it can be 14 and up for those. And then all of our flyers are right here, including the wage rates that I just showed you, the application deadlines, which change all the time, our regular training flyer, and all that. I see there's a chat. Thanks. No, the interview is not always in person. We do prefer to meet with people face to face, but we understand, you know, sometimes that's not possible. We can absolutely do the interview over the phone or Zoom or whatever works best for the applicant.
Thank you so much, Nicole. I have a question. So you mentioned that you have hundreds of applicants. Do you have a wait list as well?
Yes. Yes, every
Okay.
class has a wait list. Our classes are very small, 10 to 12, sometimes only 6 students. So they get a lot of one-on-one with the instructors. And we do have a wait list. Usually 3 or 4 people will be on the wait list. If that is the case, then they will know. You know, they will know ahead of time, hey, you're on a wait list. Show up in the morning. If somebody doesn't, you know, make it to their class, then you will take their spot.
Great, thank you. And all of the instructors are a part of Alaska Works partnership, yes? Or do
No.
you? Okay,
We have in-house carpentry instructors, which are journeymen of their trade. Then if we have a plumbing training that is the plumber's instructor, it's usually their apprenticeship instructor. So if we have a class with the iron workers, is their apprenticeship instructor. So they're not our staff. We do this in partnership with the apprenticeship programs.
great, thank you.
Mhm.
Have you added any trades in the last year?
Telecommunications is fairly new. We are still working to put it on a schedule, but there is a huge need for telecommunications workers, and that is a technical, highly technical job. So for the counselors, school counselors that are here, if you have somebody that likes to tinker with things and, you know, put cables together and whatnot, tell them about the telecom industry. It is growing right now, and they need people.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. I appreciate your presence every year at
Thank you
this
for having me.
training. Thank you so much.
Thank you.